All right, good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday night. Um, Welcome to this episode of Sajan Block Marathon Madness. Tonight we're talking about Season 9, Episode 6, Midweek Madness, number 1. And then Season 5, Episode 7, Social Groups and Season 5, Episode 7, Social Group and Buds. Alright. First, Season 9, Episode 6, Midweek Madness 1. Okay, so this episode is 11th grade. So it's a normal day. He goes to well, kind of. So he wakes up. He gets on the Heartland bus. I mean, not. He goes on the bus. He gets breakfast at school. He gets on the Heartland bus, and then he goes to. He gets to Heartland, and today is a Wednesday, so it's English Day with Miss B. That's what I'm gonna call her. I don't remember her name. I'm so sorry. But anyway, which I can't believe it because it's only been, what, 4 years? 3 years? Yeah. Um, but anyway, and I remember everyone else's name, but I don't remember hers. So anyway, I'm so sorry. Probably because it was once a week. But anyway, um, I think her last name was a B, so I call her Miss B. And I think maybe other people did too. But anyway, it's English, so they have bell work, and that's the first thing they do, and then they have they do like a little lesson, like a little assignment, and and then in the middle they have their 15 to 20 minute break. Um, I think is this the second week of school? I mean, second week of the second. Okay. Um, so yeah, I believe so. Um. And then after the break, they have like another activity that they do. Uh, and then in the middle of it, Hunter is able, if he makes good progress in the English class and he has good grades and stuff, which he does. I think I got an A or A plus. That was the grade. But anyway, um, he is able to go to because it's a preschool day, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Um, he's able to teach his lesson. So I think he has like a lesson. think it's like physical activity. So which is after snack. So after snack, Hunter goes into the preschool. He becomes Mr. Hunter, and all the kids are so excited to see him because they're not used to seeing him on Wednesdays sometime. So it's kind of in the middle, like near the end of the day. So it's kind of crazy. Um, But Hunter does his physical, I think it's physical activity. Um, some type of lesson. Or either that or themed lesson. I don't, one of the two, I think. It's their second week as well. But anyway, um, or, um, so he does his lesson, and the kids love it, but he has to say bye, and they say bye too. He goes back to English, and then he catches back up to where they were with his assignment, and then they're working on their book that they're reading. Um, and, um, and then the day ends at Heartland. Um, he gets on the bus, he gets back to the high school, they do study hall, which we don't see, and then lunch. And it's kind of crazy. He meets with the bartender, and they're in a bad mood. There's some drama. There's some midweek madness. And also in English, he has the midweek madness too. There's some hard stuff that he had to do, but with one of the assignments. But anyway, but there's still some drama at the Brotherhood. Like always, they're complaining about stuff. Some of the members complain. But it all settles down. Hunter eats his lunch, which is hamburger, I think, and fries, and all that good stuff. And he finishes lunch, and then he goes to science with Mr. Mendock, Mr. Miller, um, Bellwork, um, and then they have like an activity. That's an activity. Same old. And here we go with Algebra 2 with Mr. It's the lesson. It seems stressful. He's kind of freaking out, having some midweek madness. Um, then he goes to the weed source with Miss Oswald. He works on the Algebra 2 assignment. It's kind of stressful. He's kind of having a panic attack, anxiety, midweek. There's some more midweek madness going on. Is this a maddening day today? Um, but he gets through it. He helps her. I mean, she helps him with the assignment. It's all good. And he gets it done, turns it in. It's decent grade. Anyway, um, then he goes to U.S. history with Mr. Wacky Wild Winwich, and he's being wild today. He's having midweek madness too. So, and he rants and stuff about the previous day because some of the classmates and Brotherhood members that are in the class too were driving him crazy and stuff. It's just kind of crazy. But they have a lesson, that's it. Then he goes home at 3:30. Thank God this midweek madness is done. And then and that's it. And then season 5, episode 7, social group and buds. So this is a hot down episode. It's a Wednesday episode still. We're still on Wednesday. Because that's when social group is. And the normal day is an earning day too, because remember Monday, Wednesday, Friday were earning. So here we go. He gets breakfast, his cereal, his normal breakfast. He listens to music, has some vibes going on. And then he chit chats with mom and Luke, and then he gets started on some work. He does language arts for Miss Hendricks and assignment, and then he does his reading assignment for Miss Warnock, and then he takes a little break. He does some games. He does some, vibes and dances and uh, phone games and stuff. And then he um, does science for Miss Fairchild. And then he takes a lunch break with. They go to this location, like the park, and that's where the lunch program is. They get their lunch and then they go back home. They eat it. Um, um, I think. Oh, okay. Um, and then he goes and takes a break, and then he does his uh pre-algebra assignment for Miss Cornell with Erica on FaceTime, which is all good. They get it done. Um, it's really not hard today. Um, the assignment wasn't too bad. Then Hunter and his mom does his choir ed puzzle thing, video thing. Um, it's kind of hard, but they get through it. Um, let's see. And then he does his geography assignment for Mr. Wild Windwich. And then he takes a little break. He does some games and stuff. Hangs out with Luke and Mom. And then, and at the end of the day, it's Wednesday, and Wednesday's always a social group day, in person and back when they were in school, and now virtually. So they do the Zoom, the social group, and this is May. So the school year is winding down. And this is the last social group of eighth grade, and I think ever. I don't. But it's not for this episode. It's the last one of the year, but we have many more. I think social groups in person and even online to discuss with future episodes. But I'm just discussing this one. So this is the last one over Zoom. It's kind of bittersweet. It's sad, but exciting. I don't know. All kinds of emotions. Um, which is the social group I had is the counselor named Mr. Page. Um, Hunter himself, I mean, as himself, of course. Um, it's Logan Walters, Dustin, which is one of the members. Um, um, Way, boy, Kiss with a K. Vander is even in there. This one, Corden. Um, even Brandon. Hey, so the gang's all here. Um, and the social group embeds are here. So that's what he calls the social group, his buddies. Um, and basically, what they do is they just talk about what they've been doing in the lockdown, and I mean this week, and how their classes are going, and how their assignments are going, and then they chit chat about mental health things, which is very important. Um, and they talk about they talk about some plans for the summer vacation coming up. Um, and they talk about um, for the eighth graders, which are Hunter, Destin, Brandon, um, Logan Water, and some other people. They talk about, plans for high school, so for freshman year, um, and integrating into high school, and then for the other students are, not going to high, they talk about the next years to come or middle school, and and then they share some things that more thoughts about summer and stuff. And the eighth graders actually give some of the younger middle schoolers. Um, and Hunter gives some good advice. Stay positive. Keep don't give up. Stuff like that, which was really sweet. A sweet moment of the show, and but anyway, and keep going even if it feels tough, stuff like that. So that was really sweet, which are good messages. And then they talk about, and then at the end of the session, the Zoom session, social group session, the last one, they talk about their favorite moments and favorite memories together as a social group, as friends. Um, and it's all bittersweet. It's emotional. Hunter kind of cries. And then the Zoom gets done, and Hunter calls it a night. And that's it for this episode. This is it for San John Block Marathon Madness for tonight. Um, See you Thursday night for another episode of San John Block Marathon Madness. Have a great evening, a wonderful Wednesday night. God bless and protect each and every one of you. And goodbye for now, and see you tomorrow night. Bye.